Abbot grant recipients were announced. 22 proposals were awarded funding with grants ranging from $800 to $30,000. We spoke to some of the recipients.
Created in 1973 during the acquisition of the all-girls school Abbot Academy by previously all-boys Phillips Academy, the Abbot Grant funds are used to provide initial funding for projects by students, members of the faculty, staff, and alumni of Phillips Academy. We spoke to some of the fall Abbot Grant recipients. Here are live reporters Eshu Venkataswamy and Jason Zhang with the story.
Thanks, Matt. Like you said, different Abbot grants were allotted varying amounts of money, but these grants are being used for an even wider variety of projects. One of the awarded Abbot grants, exploring Black and Latinx intersectionality, will fund a trip for a group of students to spend non-Civi weekend in New Orleans. There, they will be visiting different sites, including the famous Whitney Plantation and French Quarters. One of the student organizers, Areba Edu, class of 20, hopes that with the Abbot grant's $9,900, students will be able to find new intersections between their Latinx and Black identities in New Orleans.
We hope that, we plan on taking a trip to New Orleans. It'll be a 3-day trip on non-Civic weekend in April. And we're gonna go down there and we're basically just gonna tour the city, visit a couple plantations, a couple museums, try and incorporate ourselves in the city's culture. It's vibe and everything, just so that we can bring it back to AFLATAM and find different ways that Black and Latinx identities kind of mix together, because I feel like that's a big thing, a lot of feedback that we get back from the club as a whole. People don't feel like we talk enough about Latinx identities and more so about Black identities, so we're trying to find ways that we can put both of them together so that everyone is happy.
Another Abbot grant recipient is Andover Korean Society. They will be using their grant entitled New Andover Korean Society, More Culture, Inclusivity, and Awareness, to be more inclusive in their club. They received $900.
The purpose of the Abbot grant was the new direction for AKS, basically about raising inclusivity of AKS and opening Andover Korean Society to exploring more about Korean identity, instead of just labeling it as AKS, which sounds closer to an affinity group, which we are not. The application was pretty long. It was about 7 to 8 pages. I went to present at the dinner. I don't know, it was intimidating just to see that, oh, these are people with power. The power to, financially aid us or help us, so that kind of racked me up a bit. I was like, oh, this has higher stakes than I thought it would, but it was so much fun. It was the first time I presented my own proposal in front of people I didn't know, so that was pretty interesting.
Another club, the Andover Edition, has plans to spend their $3,000 Abbot grant on buying new editing software and cameras to better spontaneously capture the students' styles on campus. According to Chi Egbakwe, class of 2021, the new designated cameras will allow photographers to spread out more widely on campus and capture content in a more organic way.
We applied for an Abbot grant because we needed funding for more cameras. So we've been using one camera since freshman year. It's been kind of inconvenient just because we want to have a wider scope on campus when getting pictures for our account, getting content. And so we thought that this year would be a good time because we're working on expansion and adding more people. And so we thought that we should ask for some more money to buy more cameras, just so we can have more people in our club with a camera on hand at all times, and then we can solicit more content for our page. Asking for money in general at the school always seems to be such a complicated thing, especially because the school has a lot of money in different accounts and stuff, and it just seems like a big thing to do, but the Abbot grant people, they just really want us to know that the process is easier than it looks. They actually invited Andover Edition to take pictures of them for their annual meeting of some sort in the spring. So they're definitely trying to get the word out and encourage people to apply for Abbot grants more.
The PA Music Association, also known as PAMA, intends to use its grant of $5,475 to provide members of the club more immersive experiences in the world of music. According to Emma Fu, class of 21, their Abbot grant will fund the PAMA winter music trip and spring festival.
Our grant is used for a winter trip and a spring music festival that we're hoping to do. In the winter, we're going to be taking a trip to Boston and attending a concert. And then we'll also be organizing maybe a busking or watching other street performers, just basically immersing ourselves in the music hub of Boston. In the spring, we're hoping to do a music festival. Also, we're going to be inviting Boston teachers and having them come over to PA. We're going to be also hosting master classes with them, and they will also be giving recitals, hopefully. And we'll also be inviting other schools to attend as well, just because we want to spread this classical music awareness to not just the students of PA, but to as many people as we can.
A student group consisting of Michael Huang, class of 23, Michael Scurry, class of 23, and Patrick Chen, class of 23, received an Abbot grant to build window cleaning drones that can safely and effectively sanitize Andover's academic buildings. They aim to use the money to assemble drones in the near future.
The main part will be spent on the drone, so we have a drone that cleans windows. The main part will be spent on buying parts to build a drone, and also we have some pipe system that support the drone by pumping water up the pipe in order for the drone to spray water and clean windows.
We thought of a system that would enable us electrically and hydraulically to be capable of cleaning the windows easily.
And also, like, the rest of our group, like, currently it's not very safe to clean windows, and I think we all acknowledge that. So we wanted to reduce the costs and the time that was needed, and we think that's very important.
You can read about the other 17 Abbot grants online at Phillipian.net. Eshu Venkataswamy and Jason Zhang reporting.